Hi, I'm Fabs and I'm back with a new edition, and as you will see, a new format of hashtag trending. In the next 10 minutes, we will be looking at these hashtags that have been used many times on social media in the past couple of days. So if you're ready, let's get going. It was about a month ago, and at the height of the pandemic here in Iran, that the Western media, led by the United States of course, literally raised hell about a series of satellite images that showed Iranians building new burial pits for coronavirus victims in the city of Qom. Now that the pandemic has reached the United States itself, let's see how differently they treat their bodies. As far as I know, in almost all countries affected by the pandemic, people have been strongly advised to stay home unless absolutely necessary. But there's this tiny minority who are still refusing to stay away from one another, and they're often doing it under the cloak of religion. It's only obvious that their actions are putting the lives of thousands of others at risk and only prolonging the life of the pandemic. Okay, now let's see how social media reacted to these videos. We start on YouTube. As the spread of COVID-19 continues, people are being advised to rigidly practice social distancing as one of the most effective ways to slow down the spread of the virus. If you still have any doubts about the effectiveness of this method, just watch this video shared on Twitter by the Health Department of the American state of Ohio. You don't have to be educated or well off to understand the importance of social distancing. Just watch this post on Twitter to see what I mean. Jisha Surya wrote on Twitter that everything about this video, be it the humanity of the Kerala police or the level of awareness of this man in the street, gives hope that we shall overcome COVID-19. Let's watch the video. What did I tell you? The next comment on Facebook is by Ropley. There is a video coming with it. Indigenous women in Oaxaca craft masks from palm leaves amid coronavirus crisis. Let's check it out. coronavirus or no coronavirus, I definitely want one of these cool masks. They're really cool. To the next comment, I don't remember talking about Russia's COVID-19 situation on this show, so let's do it now. There is this comment on Twitter by a handle that I don't know how to pronounce, but the comment reads, "Meanwhile in Moscow, COVID patients are left waiting in an unending line of ambulances because there is no room left to treat them in the hospital. But it's probably just the flu." There's been decades of resistance against experimenting on animals for medical research. Yet, in the year 2020, there are people who are advocating human experimentation. Yeah, you're right. These two French doctors have literally pushed back the boundaries of racism by suggesting a potential coronavirus vaccine be first tested on people in Africa. I couldn't believe it myself until I saw it. Here is the original tweet by the French lawmaker Rachid Tamo. He wrote, "In France in 2020, we're comfortably discussing on LCI, the network, the use of Africans as lab rats and associate them with AIDS and prostitution. Disgusting, abhorrent, racism." Well, you can imagine what kind of a storm this sort of comments make on social media. So now let's check the reactions. We start on Twitter. Hannah wrote, "Unbelievable. They have no shame talking about using Africans to test their vaccines on. You don't give a toss about saving Africans." That's true. To the next comment on Twitter again, Rona wrote, "Africa may look poor, but we cannot allow you to test the vaccines on us. Africa has the lowest number of COVID-19 death record. Start your vaccine tests in Italy, Spain, and France before you consider Africa." That's true. Let's check out the other comment, which is also from Twitter. It says, "Africans can stand up and say no, we can fight back and send a clear message to USA and Europe." Unfortunately, that's true as well. And to the last comment, Fauzi wrote on Twitter that the racism started a long time ago by French doctors. Our grandparents were ignorant, but now it is different. Make your test on your people, not Africans. God protects all Africans from your virus. That's why we don't have the crisis you have. What's the first thing that comes to mind after you hear the word Chernobyl? No, not the TV miniseries. I was hoping to say abandoned nuclear power plant or something like that. Anyway, there's this forest around this abandoned nuclear power plant in Chernobyl that's been burning for many We have to end the show now. Don't forget to come back here next week for another edition of #Trending. Until then, stay home, wash your hands frequently, and keep your safe distance with others. Bye-bye.